So, okay, hi guys, Dentak here. This time I think that's the last part right now for these late scout optimized building thingy. Well, not optimized build, but at least like late scouting stuff. And I just want to show this time Protoss versus Protoss, and we are going for the build with Zealot Core Zealot. And I want to show here too that to be honest, I feel like that build is maybe not really good anymore than earlier, like a few years ago, something like that. But I feel like very often that you can, you can still learn from that. So I think like this 2K, like what I showed in the previous watts, like the 1011 or even 1012, doesn't matter. I think that's actually stronger or better than this one here. But I think it would be still nice to actually have the possibility to go into like a Reaver play or with Observer and DTs and something like that. And I think that this 2-gate style is so often that you kill opponents like in the beginning already, and then you're actually kind of stuck sometimes in that area. And I feel like if you actually can go for like that, like the 26 robo and whatsoever, and you can actually scout with Observer and so on, I feel like that's a really good opportunity to actually learn how stuff can actually happen, what you can actually look for. Sure, with the free Zealot harassment stuff for sure too, but because it's even better, because sometimes you can even kill so many probes that you're so far ahead and whatsoever. But sometimes I still feel like it would be still nice to go for some kind of build like that. So you actually just say, hey, maybe I go for a 1-gate fast Reaver style and try to harass with Reavers. Can work too. Sometimes you can instant win with that, but you can instant lose with that too if you like lose your Reaver and whatsoever. And the other part is if you go for that, then yeah, you usually shouldn't die. For example, there are so many people who always go for 2 gates, and with the Zealot Core Zealot it should be kind of easy just to defend that. And then you should be ahead actually, because the tech is even more far ahead, and the opponent shouldn't scout you, so you just got stuck at the entrance. And yeah, so the thing is, you can actually even play longer, more relaxed and focusing on a build. Like if you say at the 22, 25 / 25 pylon that you want to go for and stuff like that, is very helpful for that. And the other thing is, if you go for that core Zealot style, I feel like it's so difficult to pull that off that you can still lose against this early Zealot harassment, and even if you're at A rank, you can still die against early Zealots, especially when you scout like the opponent last. So that's why I want to show you this one, so for an example that you can actually even in higher ranks you can still use that. So it's not really like, you should never go for that. But I feel like if you choose between the 2-gate or a very fast core, sometimes skipping the first Zealot, I feel like those two options are really nice. Sure, you can even go for 12 next or whatever, but I feel like those two options are really, really good just to improve and have a really solid opening. Even that I have to admit that I prefer right now the 2 gates right now. Okay, so I want to show you here is I'm here right now. The other one is blue. So okay, yeah, same thing, just getting the minerals, whatever. So getting the gate at 10. I was just watching here if there's not like something, like a proxy gate in the base. So the thing was just 10 gate, 11 gas, so there's nothing special about it. I harassed that probe here because that probe was kinda early in my base and I was a little bit afraid of mana pylons, so I just used some probes. That's something you can actually try to work on too. You see I'm still around 100 APM, so it's okay-ish, I guess. And then you can get a zealot on a pylon, depends on the timing, that's fine. So the only thing that you can watch here is you can use in the beginning 2 probes for the gas. I think there's even a WOD or like a tutorial from Stark even, who went for this opening into a 3-gate goon observer, something like that. I think so. What I mean is, if you want to really have that optimized thing, then just watch this video. I feel like there are even other material on YouTube to show this build, and like I mentioned, it's not really like the go-to build right now, so it's fine. When do you get the third one? When you build a citadel, the core, and the core will be finished. You can actually build a core around 17, 18 supplies, something like that. And you saw I built here the core, and now I went over here just to get the gas. The difference was right now, I still go for a very late scouting timing. I'll show you here. I think I even built that core and then I actually went for scouting. The difference here is now it's a clip, so I just know he's here. So there's nothing so special. And the other part is I feel like if he would have gotten like proxy, something like that, maybe he would have built already a pilot here or inside or whatever. So I even have the time to cancel this if I feel like, oh shit, zealots are coming or something like that. But to be honest, he can't have a much earlier zealot than I have, so at least we have at least 1 against 1. And now it's all about if I can scout it here, so it's fine. Okay, so we just go here. I got a little bit using my multitasking just so. Oh, there was one probe. Just tried to attack it, and it actually worked. I feel like this guy was just not. I think the guy was around 1,300 MR or something like that. And now you see that everything he did was really strange, because his second gate just finished right now, so there's not a threat of a lot of zealots are coming right now and I'm dead or something, so he can't have that much. So if I build that second zealot, I should be in a really good spot, so I should defend that for sure. Could even put 1 or 2 probes and I should be still fine, because there's nothing like 3 zealots are coming right now or something like that. No, it's just maybe 2, because you can have only the same amount of zealots than I have. So, and his core is even later than mine. Mine is already finished. I feel like I should be completely ahead. So there's the thing. And the other thing is, if I watched that closely, I saw, oh look, he's not even building probes. And if we watch here, I'm already 5 probes ahead, 6 probes ahead, and I didn't do anything. So and that's what I mean. Like quite often, if you have like a solid build or like an opening, let's say like an opening, then I feel like you can still have really good advantages, or you can actually go very far if you just stick to this beginning. Sure, if you have like later when you're B or A, then things change, because people going for like the 12 Nexors and oh shit, if I don't do anything against it, I'm dead and whatsoever. But I feel like until C, high C, low B, something like that, I think there's still that possibility that people cut too many probes in the beginning unintentionally, and then you just win because you, like here, to be honest, I am in such a good position. I can only die if I lose these units, and he just walks in and kills everything, so I shouldn't be afraid that much, so it's fine. And yeah, I feel like maybe I should have built maybe second gate, but it's okay, so it's fine. We're going off for more one gate observatory. That's good, that's good, that's good. And here, this move out, I feel like it's not completely necessary. I think you can do it and try to poke, but it can actually even backfire, so be a little bit cautious about that. I target fired here, so that was my initial fight. That was really good. Do I have actually... Oh, I don't even have goon range right now. So yeah, that's something too. So because usually if you go for the fast core and then into goons whatever, then your goon range would have been finished already, I guess. And if our opponent had like... Okay, sure, I knew he had later goons than I. He can't have earlier range than I have, and so on. So I feel like that's why I went for the push too. So I thought like, okay, the only thing that he could have are zealots. Maybe he can sneak some zealots from here inside there or something like that. But I didn't feel like that. So yeah. So we got now the observer. We get robotics. So about these build order things, don't worry too much. You can still watch like Carla and who else. There is some good, really good explanations when you should build something, and maybe you get some replays where you can actually watch that. I just want to show you that at this time I didn't do that much, and I still have a great lead. I have a good amount of units, have a good amount of tech and whatsoever, and because of that opening I was able to focus on that. So I don't have to worry about, oh shit, I get harassed a lot of zealots and then I die. And that's something that I want to show, that in the beginning I get 2 zealots, I get goons, I get that robo around 26 supply, 30 supply, something in that range, depends on the money and so on. And yeah, and then I get observer, then I get robotics. I feel like the robotics could have been earlier. So you see there's like a mistake of mine that I could actually have improved on. So the question would be, should I build a second observer? In this case I feel like there could be a possibility for that, so would be fine. But it would have been better if that robotics would have been finished already, so I could have built a reaver. Pretty much it. So now we see here 3 goons, so nothing special at all. Right now I'm just not sure if he actually went for DTs. Could be, but then they are really late DTs. So now the question is about this one here, what I'm doing here. Oh no, the reaver, okay. So the thing right now is, and it's, to be honest, it's really hard in PvP, but on the other hand I feel like that's something that I like sometimes better in PvP than in other matchups. In PvP it's really hard to know when you should actually expand, because right now there's a huge risk right now, because I know, okay, he doesn't have any kind of nexus, so there's a high chance that he is completely all in this. And if he's not completely all in, then he should have had the same amount of probes than I have, or maybe a little bit less, whatever, it doesn't matter. But the funny part is, I don't know this yet. It's just, okay, it seems like he wants to attack, and now I have just to survive. So maybe I cut some probes here, maybe even get a 3rd gate, so it depends on the money. And usually when your first reaver is morphing or spawning, creating, don't know, so then that's usually a relative timing to say, okay, now I have the time to get my Nexi and get pylon there and whatsoever, because I flew over here, I just saw, okay, there are no units, so maybe they could have gone over here and then there, but didn't feel like that, so it's okay. And yeah, that's why I mean, there are some points that you can say something like this can work, but if he would have had at least 23 probes, I think that's a thing, to be honest. If you get like 23 probes and then you build, I think, 2 gates or maybe a third, and then skip even observatory, just go for robotics reverse, and then you get 1 shuttle to reverse, you can actually attack here and just vaporize the natural. And the only thing that you usually should do when you got attacked like this is just to pull back, survive, and because you have still more probes than our opponent, you are still more or less in an advantage, but only when your probes are not dying, and if you fight, that you don't lose all of your units, but this attack is really strong and you have to be really careful. So, but right now I thought like, okay, we are in a very low level thing, so should be fine. And here we see already 3 gates. Now he gets the observatory, so I think that's what I was talking about. It should be his strategy. So he wants to attack, he wants to kill me. I went to this position because I thought, I just saw a few units coming out here, so it doesn't look like that he is already here and trying to attack or something. So if I get this high ground, I should be in a good position. And on the other hand, I have that observer just to watch if he's going back or maybe he's going over here, because he can't have an observer yet because he was just morphing it. So I'm fine here. Was a little bit a difficult move right now, but it actually paid off, so it's fine, I guess. So yeah, in the background I just get another gate, get another reaver, so I get at least 2, get that shuttle. So yeah, I feel like, oh yeah, I have to build more. Yeah, the thing is why I'm not building probes right now, it's actually more intentionally, because we can actually see it now. Even Carla said, if you get an earlier Nexi, there's a high chance that our opponent is trying to attack and has more units than you have. And if you still produce too many probes, it takes just such a long time until you get enough units to block that. So the thing is, because he doesn't have Nexi, I am ahead, so I don't have to attack. I just have to survive, because I know I should have more probes than him. I have more mineral patches than him to get my money actually. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think that's 8 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. It's only 7. But okay, doesn't matter. But what I mean is, like, I have 31 minus 3, so we are at 28. If I did it completely correct, we have like 14 here and 14 here. That's actually already saturated then, if it's 14. Could be, maybe. So yeah, so I'm in a really good spot. I get more money than him, and I just have to survive. So I need another gate, I need more units. That should have been actually built. I need that shuttle, whatsoever. Maybe speed, depends on the money and what I want to do, but at least using the gates. And the thing is, you see here, he's not producing probes. And when we think about the components that I was talking about, like, he could go for echo, he could go for units, he could go for tech, and right now he went for the tech, but he doesn't go for the echo, so it means when he went for the tech, he's now going completely fully in units. He's just skipping now the other 2 parts, and if he's going for so many units, he has to do some damage, he has to do an attack. If he doesn't do that, then I'm ahead, because right now I have the same tech that he has, but I went for eco. So because I went for eco and for some units still, like what I could afford, I should have less units than him, but with more and more time goes by, I can actually maybe go for more gates than him, maybe even Citadel or even the Forge to get other tech. It has some other tech, what actually means I can beat him later even easier because I have a better tech tree. Yeah, but right now it's just so much about I have to survive, I have to kill him. I have to survive and kill him later with more units than he has. So the thing here is now, if you get gathered here, it's sometimes it's really hard to use your goons. I think it's okay now because I have only one pylon there, but sometimes your goons get so clumped up, and if he goes for a really good attack, then you just die there. And if you position them correctly already, I feel like that's still not completely correctly, they can shoot already until, because he's coming in a limbo line, and that should be an advantage for me. So you see here a little bit of positioning. I still have to be afraid a little bit of drops, but it's still about I have to survive now. If it would have been a little bit faster, I could have scouted already if it didn't go for a hidden base. That would be another possibility, but it would be kind of strange. It would have been kind of strange because he didn't build any more probes. So that's really important to watch this, to the gas and so on. It's really, really important to know that. And like I mentioned before, he already had 3 gates in the beginning. I would be really surprised if he would have gone for another Nexi, like a hidden base. So here he struggles a little bit, and because I had money, I actually could even produce more. Probes, but I still produce. Here. I produce even more goons, so it's fine. Get more gates. Do I actually get? No, I don't get it. But it's okay. We need more gates. That's fine. Maybe this one now. That's something you can actually think of. Is when you get, I think, like 6 gates, it's really good to go for a second gas, and then you can build more goons, and then you can slowly tag into. What I feel like is quite nice if you tag into speed zealots and have a speed zealot goon reaver combo, and later going into DTs and High Templars with Storm, and it's like the ultimate combo, and then Archons too, and then it depends how the situation is. You can get your third with a third gas, and you get even more Archons, and if that works, it's nice. Or you go for Storm drops and whatsoever, but depends on the situation. Yeah, but right now it feels like he should need like a huge army or something like that, and if he doesn't have a huge army, then I'm in a super good position. So I just flew over here and just used those reavers, and now I thought, okay, you know what, there it is, second gas. Now it should be actually over. So he still doesn't have an Nexi. I just pushed his army back. As long as my reavers are not dying like stupidly, I should be in a super good position. I should completely win. And that's something that you can, it's what I'm talking about, why I feel like that's so good that we can go for this games like this and to practice. Because right now I actually went step by step, checking here, checking here, checking here, if I can actually go there. Sure, I was now so far ahead. Look at the supply. Double the supply. I have nearly more probes than he has supply, so if something like that happens in every matchup, then you usually won. So, okay, but here and right now, what I feel like is really important is, you see here these clump of goons. Your goons have to be in a good position, like in a line here, and then you can use your reavers over here and then tell them to attack maybe this goon or this goon, because this goon, I feel like they are flying and being stuck there. But if you take on this goon, then it's like that one only dies. But if you go here, there's a high chance that those two are dying, or even these 3 actually get damaged. Depends, but there's a very high chance that those 2 are dying, and that's really nice. And that's what I'm talking about. So like going over here, and now you see here's, see that? Like the shot flew over here to this Reaper over here. 3 goons are dead. Sure, that one was super heavily damaged. I'm not sure if actually he died from the shot or maybe from a goon shot, but 3 goons less with 1 scarab at least. So we're in a really good spot. He's in speed shuttle, but I just A move right now, and yeah, that's it. But like I mentioned before, let us say for some reason we had an earlier fight and I lost so many units and whatsoever, and he gets his next eye. I shouldn't be in trouble, so I shouldn't feel like, oh shit, fuck, I couldn't kill him, or it's so difficult. So that's something what I do very often wrong, is I try to force myself to kill him here, something like that. But if it's too difficult because there are so many pylons, there are already few reavers and whatever, so it depends. Don't force yourself, so just think about, okay, what could be my next plan if I struggle with the attack. So what you could have done would be actually, like here, my probe's already here. Maybe I could have taken already the 3rd base, because I saw, okay, now he gets his next eye, but much later than I have. Or I could actually say, okay, I feel like that's fine, but I can actually go now for Citadel and just taking up to TTs and so on, like a temple attack, because I have already like shit. Because I have already 6 gates. 6 gates is a good amount of number for something like that. It's really safe. So just think about, if you have gates, then this means you're in a safe position, so you can actually get units. And I would be really surprised, because even if he goes for like an 8-gate attack or something like that, with 6 gates and reavers are really strong. So yeah, you should have, but that's what I mean, like in general, even PvT, PvC, it's really, really important to know what you're going for, because if I would have had now only 3 gates, and I go now for a 3rd, because I could deal some damage here, something like that, then I actually gamble a lot. Because if he goes now for 6 gates, 7, 8, depends how much money he has and so on, and he attacks again, then I could be in real trouble. So that means if you like what I feel like, if you don't feel safe, then just get 1 or 2 more gates and produce more units, and then you can check if you're slowly getting your 3rd, like another expansion, doesn't matter, or if you're getting your tech, the next tech, like I mentioned before. I'm missing the forge is here. Okay, got the forge, but I could actually upgrade +1 if I had the gas, something like that. And I'm missing the citadel, so I need the gas for that. So pretty much like that. So yeah, the difference was just, okay, I knew I was better than him. I knew he was, look at the difference, the resource difference. So yeah, and I wasn't sure. Let's see, what was this guy? Okay, he was around 1,300. That means, what is it? Is it already D rank? No, at least E rank. At least he's E rank. But yeah, that didn't work at all. So it was kind of interesting. So I'm checking this one here. So here, just to show you the same thing, and this guy was low B, so 1,750. And here's the same thing. We this time we have to worry about now that he wants to attack us. And the difference on this map is actually we have this gap here. And with this gap, it's sometimes really annoying to deal with all the harassment. But I still said, okay, I just want to go for these 2 zealots and get the 2nd pylon, and then I go to scout. So just to gather the money, the resource in the beginning, just to focus on getting my stuff on time and so on. And now you see, finished, 17, get my car again. Probe goes to the gas, and now I actually can still produce probes. I can still produce the second zealot. And now you see that guy actually tried to attack me here with one zealot, so he just saw, okay, maybe he scouted me and he thought, oh, I just used my initial zealot just to attack, but he went completely in a bad position, so I just could surround here and kill these units. So I feel like very safe now, looks really good, because I still have the second one, and I would be really surprised if he had like so much more whatsoever. Why I actually went to the top right, I think I misclicked, I'm not sure, maybe I misclicked, or maybe I thought of the scout timing that he had to go like this. Yeah, but it's not really that bad, so yeah, could have been correct, could have been bad, something like that. So now I actually see, oh, he went for 2-gate, he gets now a core. His core is later than mine, so it's fine. I have to micro here a little bit just to deal. I'm doing that. Oh, I think that's even the first zealot right now. Do you see? Let's see. And second. So first zealot over there. Dead. Ah, yeah. I had to micro a little bit here because his other zealot came. So yeah, so the interesting part is actually, I feel like that if he would have gone, if he would have gone with 3 zealots instead of like 1 and then 2, something like that, it would have been much harder to deal with that. But now you saw, okay, I actually just built those 2 zealots and that goon. And that guy is 1750 MMR, and he has like 311 wasting APM on my opinion. So like, what are you doing with 311 APM if you're not even microing that well? It's like, so just clicking, so that at least I have APM and doing nothing, and I'm have half of his APM and I still got so ahead right now. Just saying, so yeah. Okay, the interesting part right now is, like I mentioned, I got in a really good position. I killed 3 of his zealots. He didn't kill any probe of mine, as far as I know. I think no probe died, isn't it? Yeah, I think no probe died. So I'm in a really good position right now. Sure, the only difficult part right now is I couldn't build right now a robotics or something like that, or like my tech. But he got greedy and thought, okay, I built now my Citadel of Adun. I scouted that, and now I know, okay, there's a high chance that he just goes for DTs right now. Oh, another zealot sneaks in, okay, but I think I saw that too. Did it sneak in or did it survive? Oh shit, don't know anymore. But yeah, stuff like that can happen. So, and now, yeah, I think in this situation, you can actually even go sometimes for a forge and get some cannons over here. So, what I feel like is now really important. Okay, we see now the Templar archive, so we should know that he just builds. That's sometimes something that I actually do wrong quite often too. Like that I see a lot of zealots, and then it's kind of difficult to know what's actually happening. I think if something like that happens, you can still go for robotics, but I feel maybe you should go for 3-gate robotics, like a robotics and then 2 additional gates, something like that, so you can get some zealots on your own and goons, like a mixture. Because what if he actually just went for mass zealots into speed zealots, because these mass speed zealots can fuck you up too if you're not fast enough, something like that. So it can be really terrible to deal with that. So usually you need to reverse and a good position and whatsoever, so that's really hard. But going for only goons, there it is. But if you go only for goons, I feel like that's placement is not really good. So yeah. But if you go only for goons, there's a high chance that you just get overwhelmed with all these zealots that are attacking you. So you need some zealots to block. And I even saw Dragon in a PvP that he went in the beginning, because like against 2K or whatever, he actually went for like 4 or 5 zealots, and I thought like, oh, so why did he go for so many zealots in the beginning? So I feel like it's not like a shame that you go for zealots in the beginning. Yeah, because I think if it can be so hard to micro all your goons, and that's why I would say, yeah, just go for zealots too. It's fine. Maybe just get 1 or 2 zealots every time, then get another goon, something like that. So I would really recommend to do something like this, because zealots are really strong and they are good in the offense, even in defense. So go for something like that. So it's fine. So now I feel like that's now the difference right now. So the thing is, I just knew, okay, he went for the Templar tech, and to get this tech here, he uses a lot of resources. That means like we mentioned, like these 3 components, he went now for at least a lot of tech. So he went for a lot of tech. I went for tech too, but not complete super massive tech style, something like that. Sure, the robotics is takes a lot of resources, but now we see, okay, the teaser here, kill that, okay, nice. And the thing is, there is that one build that you can just get even goon range and 2 or 3 gates, depends, and then with goon range and DTs you can just walk in and attack. It's really strong. It's really hard. So sometimes I feel it's ridiculous. I'm not sure about that move, if it's really good, but at least I get another observer here, so it's okay. Not sure about the pylons neither, but it's okay. So that if he just wanted to go for DTs to maybe kill me, if he got lucky, now he goes for High Templars, I feel like I could be in a good position. Yeah, you see now he even went for Forge and for Cannons, so he invested now some money just for that. He has only 3 zealots, but you see, like, there's only a few zealots and they actually just force you to go back or something like that. So yeah, what I feel like, if you play against DTs or like early DTs, I have to admit, sometimes it's really hard if you switch from your observer tech into DTs too, because now you can see here that guy, and that's actually very quite often, even on higher ranks you see something like that the whole time. It's so ridiculous very often. So this guy goes now only for gates, and it just gives a fuck about detection. So it means if I would have gone for DT drops, I would have won instantly. And the funny part is, if I get 1 or 2 DTs, there it is. If I get 1 or 2 DTs, then he can't really attack me. So sure, they can still try to attack you and kill probes and destroy your Nexi and whatsoever. But if you have DTs, so even his High Templars are very open to kill and whatsoever. Oh, it's a cannon, okay. So yeah, so but it's such a huge gamble, and I feel it's so ridiculous that it's so strong sometimes. But yeah, what I feel like it's really good, if you saw that he goes for DTs quite early, it's a really good decision to say, okay, I just got the observers, get a really fast, or quite of a fast Nexi too, and try to get DTs too, so are going for the Templar tech. Sure, we have to be now be careful, because it can be kind of hard. Sure, there's another possibility that you could skip the Templar attack and just go for a third 2. Yeah, but sometimes I feel like it's really hard to deal with that. So yeah, so I feel like the one advantage that you can actually get from that our opponent went for a fast DT style, or more or less like fast, is actually he needed his forge to build some cannons. He needed to build some cannons, and that's actually some resources that he can't use for units. Just think about it, the forge is 150 and every cannon is 150, so at least 450 minerals are gone. So maybe he could have had maybe 4 more zealots, even maybe 4, no, at least 3 more, even 3 more goons or something like that. But now he invested money into these cannons, and yeah, so sometimes I have to admit I go for this DT drop, because like here it's kind of funny. If I get like 2 DTs and 2 zealots, I could drop them on that cannon, kill that, and then I can just vaporize everything here if he doesn't have like so many mass cannons or something like that, or if he didn't go for any kind of detection. So yeah, but this actually shows you too that you can still deal with all the DTs, even DTs into an exercise, something like that. What I actually forgot are now some more probes. I feel like I should have continued the production, but it's okay-ish, so I feel like we are more or less now even, but I have to be really careful, because the storms can be really strong. So I feel like maybe I should have gone over here instead of clump myself over here. So maybe I could have gone here just to to spread and get a better concave, because he can't have that many goons, like not more goons that I have. So I should try to use those goons, and if his storms hits very well, then I can lose so many goons, because like 2 storms are necessary just to kill all of my goons, and then yeah, it can be really painful. So now we see here, the storm was quite good. He actually damaged a lot of my goons. But if you watch his unit part, it's like, look, that's everything that he has right now. He has only 8 units storms. Yeah, okay, maybe he has 10, but they are over here. He has 2 stormy boys, like 2 high templars. Yeah, so there's not that much that I should be afraid of. If the opponent is better and he could have maybe even done damage before, then he can just die too. So that happened to me quite often too, and it's so annoying to die to this. Yeah, I even got up with the APM, so I actually wasn't sure how in which position I am, if I'm really bad or if it's good or something like that. But yeah, so yeah, now we actually there are the DTs, so we get the DTs right now, and that's what I'm talking about. I feel like they are now just too late, because sometimes people going for instant for the zealots and attack, but now I have just a huge army. I have the DTs that are now very helpful too, and I think I can just overrun him now, because he invested now so much money in all these gateways that he can't afford now, I guess. It goes for more zealots. Okay, that's the thing. Okay, I couldn't remember that correctly. But you see, like, only going with this strange Mars zealots into High Templar can be so strong. So you have to be really careful about that. And now, yeah, because he lost those cannons, there's nothing he can do here. But to be honest, that's his gamble. He gambled that that I don't go DTs or whatever. And yeah, let's see. Okay, now now he gets observers, but super late. So that still means if all these cannons are dying, then I'm in a super good position, so it's fine. I feel like that's so super annoying. So please, guys, if something like that happens, and you know, okay, shit, I just lose so many units, just please GG and leave the game, because something like this is so ridiculous. Like, oh, I have a hidden base, I can still win. It's like, right, yeah. Yeah, but like I mentioned, this guy was low B. Sure, I have to admit, I actually got excited, or maybe a little bit upset and whatsoever, and got used so much APM. But he had 300 APM, and he did such a worse job, like in the beginning, producing probes. And here's something else that I want to show. Let's see, what was it again? No, not this one. I feel like this gas rush could be interesting too. Ah, yeah, this one. It was kind of interesting that this guy actually went for this. We go for the same style again, like that 10 gate and so. So this guy actually went for a very exciting style. He went for like a natural, like a forwarded gate with a forge, similar like a PvC opening. It's kind of funny. He still doesn't scout. It's kind of interesting too. I think he actually is kind of afraid that people going for a lot of zealots and attack or something like that, so he gets that cannon here. And yeah, what I don't get is why he doesn't get now already the Nexi, but yeah, it's okay. I can't find a replay right now, but I have another replay about that people sometimes go for 12 Nexus and they still have less probes than you have when you're on one base. And this is like one example too, because his Nexi is a lot earlier finished than mine. Like I mentioned before, I just went for the same stuff. I get the probes, I get all this stuff here. Yeah. Okay, yeah, the thing is, instead of getting Robo again, I went for the DT style, because I have it so often when people go for like a Nexus, like really early Nexus, they just go for mass gateways, like that guy before, or going for fast DT, something like that, and then they just attack. So I feel like if you go for something like this, because we saw he went for a Nexi and so on, we can maybe stay on one gate or something like that, get our own Nexi. And now the funny part is, even that he went earlier Nexi than we did, we have still 2 more probes than him, so we are in an advantage, even eco-wise, because his eco, he actually invested his money to get more eco in the beginning, but he didn't produce the probes in the beginning all the time, like even now he doesn't. So we are in a really good spot, but it's really hard to tell, because sometimes you can't just see how many probes there are, so that's something too that you have to check. And now you see, okay, he has only 2 gates. Not that much that we should be afraid of. 3 now. We have 2 gates too, so we don't have to think about, okay, there's a huge amount of units coming and attacking us, something like that. So it will be fine. He's going now for 4 gates, so now we get some gates too, so just to be safe. And we get storms. So our idea right now is we're staying on 2 bases, getting storms, getting units, getting observers, and getting now more gateways, so we can so that we can afford all the units. So maybe 6 gates, maybe 7th, maybe an 8th, depends, but 8 is kind of all in-ish, so I feel like 6, 7 are kind of fine, because we don't have reavers right now, so we can actually afford to use like 100 minerals for additional zealot. That's why we can go for more gates usually. So pretty much it like that. So, and as you can see, we actually got ahead right now again, just because we keep calm and we just build stuff and we produce probes. We have now 46, we have more than him, but we have to be careful. It looks like that the army composition is similar or like close to ours, so we can't just overrun him or something like that, especially that he has 2 cannons here, something like that. So yeah, there it is. Yeah, I get now 8 gates, so there it is. So like I mentioned, now we have to use the strategy to say, okay, let's get more units, gather the storm, get observers. Observer here, nice, yeah. Okay, sure, I feel like if you have a probe, you should actually go for a pylon here. Pylon like here, like a spotter pylon, that's what I'm talking about. Now you see, that's actually my my vision right now. I see a pylon here, I have an observer here, I have a probe here, so maybe I should have gone already over here just to put one pylon there too, because all these spotter pylons are really nice and helpful, and I actually get supply, because now I have supply left. So, and the funny part is, if you watch now his vision, it's just this. It's just all the stuff that he went for, and he has now one observer like staying there, and he doesn't know even if I'm going outside there. So and he doesn't know what I'm actually doing. Is that like funny? I think he never actually saw my base there correctly, so he just knows that I'm there, but he doesn't know what I'm doing. So yeah, kind of funny. So he actually tries something. So that's something what I feel like happens so often and is so ridiculous in every matchup. Doesn't matter which matchup it is. This doesn't make any sense at all. It just doesn't make sense at all, because he has only 37 probes. He has only 4 gates. He has not even Templar tech. He has a lot of cannons, so that's pretty much it. He has like cannon man. Sure, this guy is like low E rank, even F rank, don't know, like not really good, but it just shows you why, if you watch it and if you think about it, why it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense, because he goes now for an exile and he has only 37 probes. He can't even afford 2 bases with that. -6 because 3 here for the gas. We have 31 probes, and 31, that means like 15 on one base and 16 on the other one, and we have actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 can actually afford 18, at least 18 probes here, and he can't afford that. So that means all his bases are not saturated, and that's not good. That's just not good. So even if he has the time to get this next guy and produce probes there and whatsoever, that takes just such a long time until he can actually do something. At the same time, I could actually get already a 3rd and a 4th, whatever, and can mine from there and whatsoever. So what he's doing is just, okay, I like to have bases and I try to get this one. I have secured this here, but even if I get like 6 zealots and I walk inside, I can kill that, whatever. But yeah, okay, sure, that guy is on a low level whatsoever, but yeah, but even every time when you watch something like this, you just know, okay, something can't happen just of what you see what he went for. Like here, he went for four gates. It's not enough. He doesn't even have reavers, so it's not that you say, okay, I have reavers and I can do something with that. No, he has just 4 gates, and if I have 8, I have a double amount of units that I can produce. So just do the math and you know he can't have that much and he's just dead. So it's just a matter of time. So just be calm. You can actually see that. We have units, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. We just check, we didn't check. We saw another observer. Now we go there, we have the storm. And now we can just A-move and we'll run him. So yeah, what I mean is like, with this build right now, we can even practice now our storms. We can even practice our multitask to use our Dark Templars, like walking over here, walking over there, or walking over here for patrolling. And this is like in every matchup really helpful, that you go for a DT and like a PvC especially, and just walk around there. That you have someone who's actually checking if he doesn't get any other additional bases, or even delaying it if someone is just going with a drone or something like that. So yeah, and that's why I mean, like, it can still help, it can be still good. And yeah, I just knew, okay, I'm better than him, I should win, but I should have really scouted this part here, and even there and whatsoever. So yeah. No, we killed everything, yeah. Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about is, that's it's what I feel like I missed for such a long time, is like the understanding of things that you can go for. Okay, now, so that you can go for example, like all these resources. He had so many cannons, and I had only one cannon here, and get no 3 cannons there. But it's okay, because there's still a possibility that people just go there and kill you or try to drop you, and that one cannon is still quite nice if someone's trying to get some DTs inside or whatsoever. But I didn't invest like a huge amount of money to do that, so I should be fine. So that's what Quark actually just told me quite often: just stick to the plan and build to it. Just check, like for example, if you want to go for a really strong push, there's no need to get more probes. If you want to get that push, if you want to go for that push and you try to attack, then it's really important that all your gates are on point, and every time a unit finishes, then you can build the next one, and not like wait 5 seconds again and then you get it or something like that. Because every time you need like you have a skip of 5 seconds until you get the next unit. It's just so much time. And just imagine if you have like it 4 times and it's like 20 seconds later, then you can actually attack. And 20 seconds is like 1 round of units that can actually come again, stuff like that. Is it? Yeah, something like that. But you know what I mean. So yeah. Yeah. Let's see, what else do we have. I think that was kind of interesting, I guess. Was it? One second, I have to check that. Yeah. So okay. I think it was kind of interesting game too. Have to check it again. So the same thing again. We just sorry. We just get our stuff at 17, and then we get our 3rd probe there. We get 2 zealots. So, but the difference right now is. Sorry again. Okay, we scouted quite early again. We could have scouted later, but it's okay. So we scout now, and we see, oh, there's nothing. So he actually skipped the zealot. We see the core spinning, but it could even be fake, so be careful about that. So okay, so to be honest, he should be now in an advantage. We even sell the 2nd gate here. He should be now in an advantage. I actually got the 2nd gate because he got it. Because he can go now for goons and do a lot of things. If he has more goons than I have, then I'm in trouble. This pylon is just to block that, and if he tries to fly outside later with a shuttle over there, that's pretty much it. Because in the beginning it's kinda unlikely, sure, if you're really good, but usually it's kinda unlikely that people already scout here if something is there, so it's okay. I had the money, I needed the supply, so it's fine. I feel like this attack here, like this initial poke, just to see what's happening, I feel like right now that was not really necessary. Okay, that's kind of interesting that we see now some cannons again, and now we can actually go for this game again for what does he invest his money in and whatnot and so on. So he invested now money for 2 additional cannons here, and the funny part is it's just that he doesn't die, so that's kind of good for us. So we know, okay, we are in a really good position, because he doesn't get his natural right now. He invests at least 300 minerals now for 2 additional cannons just to stay survive, even that his goons were more than enough, at least on the top. So at least 450 minerals he just used for some static defense. What's actually a plus point for us, especially that he didn't use it on here. So okay, the only thing that we have to worry about is now there's a high chance that he went for 2 or 3 gates only. And that's a friend of mine actually did to me once that I actually died to. That's kind of ridiculous. He goes for a very fast forge gets +1, gets only 1 cannon so that he doesn't die to DTs, and then he just attacks with it when he has +1. And if he has +1, he doesn't need, 10 shots, he needs only 8 or 9 or something like that, so at least 1 or 2 shots less with these goons, and then you can just vaporize everything. So you have to be really careful with that. So the thing is, usually when I see something like that, I thought, hey, yeah, sure, I just get now observer still, I get my Nexi, it's fine, because he used his money for this. But you can't underestimate that he doesn't use the money for like I did here already. I used here now 200 and 200 for robotics, and what is that, 150, something like that, and that's something with 75. I have to check the resources again, but it's at least, these ones here are at least 4 or 5 units, like 5 goons or so that I could actually build, and 5 goons are such a huge difference. Just look what I have now. I have now 3, 5, at least 5 goons. And just think about it, if I would have built still 5 more goons, then I would have 10 goons, and that's really good. So, but I actually invested so much money right now. I think that's even more money than he actually invested in his cannons. So there's still a potential threat that he just goes for mass goons and tries to attack me. So if you go for Nexi, then you need to be careful and prepared if he goes for an all-in or something like that, because he can still have a lot of units, especially when this +1 can be really dicey. So the funny part is, I feel like if I would have gone for DTs, especially against that thing, I feel like that would be sometimes the better choice at some part, but yeah, that's why I feel like all these standard build orders are really hard to pull off. So now we see he tries to attack, but the good part is, and it doesn't have +1, but the good part is we have more units than him. So we can push him back, we wait for the Reaver, phew, we have the Reaver, nice, and now we check what he's actually going for. Yeah, like I mentioned, only 2 gates, 2 gate goons. We have even the same amount of probes, so it's not like that he actually cut a lot of things, or but that's interesting. Here's now the next slide, but it looks like he just, that's something you can do, just watch the mirror patches, and then you see, okay, so his Nexi just finished right now. But to be honest, it can be kind of hard. So it's like he only used goons, tried to attack. He used his cannons to defend himself, so he can't die. To be honest, he can't die now to any kind of drop. It's like really ridiculous that he goes for so many cannons. But if he goes for all these static defenses, I feel like it's not necessary to attack. So that's a thing, we know he can't have Reavers. And if we have a Reaver, then we're in a good position. We should actually win this, even with some zealots that actually can push there. So we can try to contain him. And that's quite good. Maybe we can even try to harass here. So something like that. But that's the thing, if he goes for a very safe approach, that's really safe usually. So it's a mixture between aggressive and safe. But I feel like, because of all these static defenses here, look, 300, 450, 600, at least 600 minerals are now went for, even more here, 600 minerals went for cannons, so he doesn't die. And all this money could be at least like 6 zealots, 4 or 5 goons, depends. Just think about it, if he would have had 6 more zealots here and they tried to attack. Wow, that would be really hardcore. But because he actually went for these cannons, I feel like that my approach here, that I want to kill him now with my my Reaver, is a really bad approach. Because yeah, he's skipped so many resources. He's even a third cannon. He skipped so many resources for being safe. Okay, sure, like being safe on the battlefield. Because the funny part is, if I had only 1 or 2 DTs, I could still kill all his units and he can't do shit. So that means if I, yeah, they're the DTs, the Templar. So with these DTs, I can actually just go back. Maybe I can try to hold this, or maybe I can try to hold that. Put maybe 1 observer over here, and then with the DTs, until he gets an observer, I can easily get the 3rd. I can try to hold there, and I just have to watch with my where's observer? Don't have observer anymore. Oh, did he die? Maybe. Maybe I should just watch with my observer what he's doing, and usually it should actually work that I can survive. Sure, he actually has too many minerals. It's something he should work on to improve. Yeah, but you can't underestimate that he went for cannons and mass units, something like that. So there's still a potential that he can still kill you and kill a lot of your units. So that's why I feel like, because this build that we are actually doing right now is so, it's more a defensive build. I feel like it would have been much better if I just stood back, got my defenses correctly, got my gates, get my because I'm investing so much money in all these units right now, like in storms, and I don't even have high Templars. No, I don't have high Templars right now. So that means right now, all that money that I use now is for nothing right now. So there's no benefit at all that I went for this tech tree here. There's no benefit at all right now. So that means we should, instead of just trying to be like super cool and trying to contain him and whatsoever, I feel, yeah, maybe I should have gone back, maybe go for a better position, like a better position where I can say, oh, I think I can hold that much easier. Because now here, yeah, if I would have watched that or like reacted 1 second later, then maybe I could have lost so many units. Maybe he could have had storm, maybe a reaver or something like that, and then I lost so many units, and that would be his point, just to kill me. Just think about it, if he would have used his money, I feel like we maybe still at the same amount of resources. And the thing is still, here look, I get now a DT. I still don't have high Templars, so that's really bad. I went for this plan and I still didn't use it, and that's one part why I actually could lose this game. We can actually check now his part. There's like, what the fuck? Okay, funny. But you see, he's actually, yeah, he has now observers. Okay, that's fine. So he can't die now to DTs on the battlefield. He gets now the citadel. So the only thing that he can have is now mass goons, slow zealots, and goons. That's pretty much it. So I shouldn't be that afraid if I could actually see what he's doing. Sure, he goes for mass upgrade style, but I feel like yeah, he doesn't have any upgrades right now. So I feel like he invested now 400 resources, and he should actually wait for that. I think if he actually would have waited for that and then tried to attack me, there would be a potential that he could actually do a lot of damage. But right now it feels like that this guy actually tries to kill me with his units or something like that. So why I'm actually going now is I have the DTs. Yeah, so the DTs are now a major breakpoint here because he didn't use it. And as you can see, that's something that I feel like I did actually right here, is I have now, what is it, 8 or even 9 gates. Boah, I feel like I actually did too many gates now. I've been only on 2 bases because it didn't feel really safe to go for a third right now, because I went for tech, and if I went for tech and eco, I can't have units. And if he goes for maybe a little bit of eco and units, then he has so many units that I will die. So yeah, so that's why I thought like, I just think about my plan. Let's get DTs because it looks like he doesn't have observers, so I can actually harass him with that. I get the storms, so storms are really great. You can do so much damage with it. Even maybe go for that shuttle in the background and kill a lot of probes. And yeah, so even that I'm now ahead right now with that stuff, there's still potential that I can lose. So I can't underestimate the situation right now. I think, yeah, it was good to take my time here. Maybe I didn't need like all those gates. You see, like 2 gates are not running, so that's really bad. So, and now I feel like, okay, if I can actually hold this ground here, and for sure there are now observer coming, so I would be super surprised if not. Now I try to get my third, and I take my time here. So that's a good part here right now, because he's still on goons only. It's goons only, and he didn't even wait for his +1/+1/+1. Now it's my time that my resources are actually doing something, and they're doing this. So the thing is, now the time came that all my resources stuff can actually do something. And the whole time it didn't really work that way. It didn't really work. So it means I feel like if he actually used all his resources in the beginning, like before, like 5 or 7 minutes earlier, and tried to attack me, I think it's 5 or something like that. So if he tried to attack there was a high potential that he could kill me, because I invested so much for stuff that should come later. Like here again, I used that +50 energy, the thingy, and even if it finished now, it still doesn't benefit me at all. It's only later, just a little bit later, and it only works especially for those High Templars that come out here for this one, especially because this one has a little bit more energy in the beginning. So this only works because my opponent was much weaker than I. And the other part is, now I have a good unit composition. I have storms that actually vaporize them. I have, is it speed? Do I have speed? I think I have speed zealots. Let's see. Yeah, I have speed zealots. I have a few Dark Templars. Sure, they are not that strong anymore because if he has the observers, he can see them, but still. Yeah, so now goons get more or less like obsolete, so it's not really that great anymore. But sure, if you have at least 1.5, I feel like in every matchup feels like that if you have like 1.5, maybe 2 control groups of goons, it's still a good amount, but the rest should be completely zealots, High Templars, and then maybe Reavers and something like that, and a few Dark Templars, depends which situation you are. Yeah, for me I have only 1 upgrade. I feel like I could have still waited for that upgrade, but he should have waited for sure until his upgrades are finished. They're still not finished. It's still 400 and 400 minerals, resources that don't do shit. And for me it was in the beginning the same, that I morphed so many gates and I didn't use any kind of gates to morph any kind of unit. So the gates were useless. They just have the first initial use when you actually produce something out of it. Even for example, if you go for that 3-gate goon style and just attack, it only benefits you if the 3rd gateway actually produced some goons. If you don't produce any goons on the 3rd gateway, there's a high potential that our opponent who went for a 2-gate robotic thingy has maybe at least the same amount of goons. So for later games, it's the same thing here. It's really hard to think about it all the time, because I still don't do that. And I feel like I should really focus on something like that more and more when I practice a little bit. I don't play that much anymore, but I feel like if I have some practice games, I should really focus on that and try to say, hey, now I just go for lower games. I just want to play a little bit calmly and just think about, okay, what should I wait for? like I mentioned, if I would be in his shoes, I would wait for these upgrades. And what is here? Does he actually... And maybe even here for... yeah, maybe here would be actually a good possibility if you wait for those 2 gateways to finish, get a lot of zealots. Just look here, so much minerals, so many minerals still. If you would have gotten at least 14 zealots more, 28 more supply, he would be at least, what is it, at least 112 or something like that. So then the difference here would be much closer, and he wouldn't lose all these units right now. So now we have Storm. It's a really good deal. Bam, bam. We did so much damage right now. Look the difference right now. He has so much money. He still doesn't use it. And I'm now on a good position. I don't have to attack right now. I just have to survive. One thing that I feel like I should have done too would be maybe a second forge. Getting maybe another cannon here. Maybe getting another observer here. Getting more... Okay, sure, I get now the partners there. But yeah, maybe getting one cannon here. But this is mined out soon, so it's okay-ish. Maybe getting 1 or 2 more gates here, because we're getting now a 3rd base. So yeah, so I feel like 1 or 2 more gates could still benefit us, and for sure is the forge, and to get more upgrades. Ah, nice! I actually even get that's something. I think I did that like unintentionally. I was like, okay, I had a fight and I thought, upgrade complete, and okay, maybe I just check that. But usually something like this is the relative correct timing. So everything is like relative. I couldn't say at 13 minutes and 19 seconds that thing will finish. It was more about, okay, I heard it finish and then bang, I use it for the next one. So I have at least +1. Yay, nice. Now we watch his. So funny, he actually went for something like that too. That's nice. But look, now he actually what is it? 150. What I won 175? Oh, I don't know anymore. But at least it's something around 300 plus 200. So at least 500 and 500 resources that he invests again. And I think he should now try to attack, because his upgrades are done, and it's really nice if you have +111, so it's really good. Now I feel like he should attack. That would be now an attack timing, like in PvP you get 5 fag and then you wait for 2-1 or something like that, or 1-0 or 3-2, depends. If you have something like that, then you attack, and the earlier you get that upgrade, you can actually do more damage usually. Still depends. So yeah, but here you see, even that I had such a good that's better. Even that I had such a good advantage, I feel like if his goons wouldn't stuck there so badly, he could have done more damage. But yeah, it was just, I had already so many storms and so on, so yeah, it's just my win right now. Okay, he gets now DTs and so on, but I just gave a fuck because I knew, okay, I won. I had only 1 base, maybe even mined out. I have 3 bases, that's fine. Yeah, so like I mentioned, I feel like that's something you should really look for. That you every freaking time you should actually just check what did I actually go for, and what did I actually see, and what the other one is actually going for, and what can he maybe have, and the more you actually think about it, instead of just I just lost because of stupid all-in or something like that, I feel like yeah, that you can improve much more. And sure, that game is super frustrating. I raged very often too, because it feels so impossible that, for example, people just go for like that PvP style someone is going for just the T's and never get observer and still win, or just going for 2 hedge hydra thingy stuff and go for a drop and win, or just get Mustangs and attack and whatever. It's like, oh, really, why do I lose to this shit? Fuck. So because that's something what I feel like in all these standard games that you try to do and to pull off, it's so fucking hard, because you can win with that, but you usually play from a disadvantage. So like if you go for that cycle with being safe, being greedy, being aggressive, I feel like there are even mixtures between those two. For example, if you go for that free gate rune attack, I think it's a mixture between aggressive and greedy. So not greedy in terms of, oh, I get so much money. No, you actually use that money, sure. But it's more a greedy style, because you just say, hey, I don't build any robotics, I don't even build a citadel, I just have free gates, mascunes, go. So that's, in my opinion, it's greedy, because you just have such a gamble, because it get hard counted to DTs, and usually nothing else unless someone else is really good, like bonus, he goes for like 2 gates and even beating 3 gate goo, and it's like, so what the hell? It's like, I would play like I want to play like this too. But yeah, so or another example is if you go for in Terran versus Protoss, and Terran goes for 5 or 6 fact even without scan, even looking what the opponent is going for, and no vessels at all, just go and hope that the opponent doesn't DT drop me or had a reaver in my base. Just go. I feel like that's aggressive and greedy at the same time too. So yeah, so something like that can be really, 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 really annoying. Or other things can happen, like in PvP happens quite often that people go for 2 gates, get 5 zealots, and then attack and get an exile. I feel like that's like a weird build, and sometimes it's so ridiculously strong. And the interesting part is it's a very aggressive style that's at the same time very safe, because you usually die in the beginning, so that can't happen. And at the same time, when you get those stupid cannons in front of your natural, you're safe, and then you can get an exile. So, and if the opponent doesn't DT drop you usually, then you can win. It's just like, so what the fuck? So stuff like that, I feel like that's really hard to deal with, because it's not completely like, oh yeah, it's just easy, just do that and then you win. Sure, if, for example, what's funny is if you go for a fast expansion with a few cannons in front, you can completely shut that down. It's so funny, just go for cannons and then get your next side, and then you win against this. So it's so dumb, but it's so difficult to explain about these 3 components with being greedy, being safe, being aggressive, because there's so many variants that can both of them. So yeah, that's why I mean, it's so, something like that can be really hard, can be really frustrating, because sometimes it feels so impossible to do something like that. But that's why we have something like CPL, that's why we have great players. I actually have to admit, if I wouldn't have had like Fisheye, Red Blue Green, OYG, Quark, and even earlier in the beginnings of my days, Tashida, my brother, I think, or even Star Sally and so on, I think I wouldn't come this far. But I have to admit, that's why I actually made all these WOTs here. I feel like in the beginning it's really good if you go for all these easy strategies to get more comfortable about what you're doing, and then when you're at least C rank or something like that, then I feel like you should go for all these normal scout timings, even for some multitasking, some micro stuff, something like that, because if you then you can actually focus on other things. And the other part is still, do you know what you're actually doing? So even, for example, do you actually know why you actually need in PvC a Forge fast expansion? Why is that so important? Why don't we go always for 1 gate into fast DTs or into fast Corsair style, something like that. And I still think if you still know the variances and why actually something developed to this, I think you can actually know more. And like Quark just told me, if you have that plan that you try to follow, if you have like an alternative plan, if you know which kind of resources you're going for, and you actually try to optimize the timings, like all the relative timings that you get something in time instead of you skip something, then you can actually improve. So and I have to admit, since I know more about that game, I can even watch sometimes at my replays and I feel like, oh shit, sure. Like for example, a few days ago I lost a PvP and I thought I was ahead because I actually went with 3 zealots inside his base. I killed some of his probes, not maybe really far ahead, but at least some ahead, so it's fine. And then I went with 1 goon and I saw, oh, here's a lot of zealots. Okay, we'll be fine. I just get more goons, we'll be fine. And then he attacked me with 7 zealots or something like that. He still produced zealots after that. I defended those zealots, was fine. But actually I lost more probes than I actually thought I would lose. So next time I know, okay, shit. First thing is, just get more zealots. I think it's fine. It's fine. Like I mentioned, even Dragon had in a game a few zealots, and I thought like, okay, didn't expect that he goes for something like that, because usually, you know, if you watch like all these pro gamers, they have such a good goon microing, something like that, and then you try to imitate that, and then you just lose, and then everything sucks. And then I feel like, yeah, sometimes we have just to know how to play something easier, because we are still not pro gamers. We can't play 24/7 every game, and that's every day and every game, stuff like that. So that's why we have to find all these small details that we feel like, how can we actually be comfortable with it, and we can still have fun with the game and improve instead of only getting annoyed or raging like a toad, or I sometimes. Yeah. I try to stop that, but it's still yeah. So, but I still mean like I mentioned before, here we can actually watch right now. So here we see like the one last example. This is now a good example about or what I feel like is how to deal with something that's completely new. First thing at all, I feel like just stay calm and don't get too much in a panic mode, because the thing is, he goes now for this gas steal. He has now less minerals than we have, for sure, because his probe had to walk this far away just to do that. Our question right now is, oh fuck, is he going now for a proxy, something like that? Does he have the money right now? I don't think so, because I could actually afford right now 1 pylon and 1 gate, so should be fine. But maybe we should go now for a second gate, because it looks quite a lot like that he wants to attack us, and if he tries to go for a fast expansion, then I feel like we can still do some damage, so it's fine. So you see here, bang, get a second gate. And now the question is about, and it's where I feel like you need for something like that a little bit more analysis, like trying something like that out. And that's why I feel like you need someone, usually it's good if you have someone who's better than you, just to check this out, just to, what is actually good. Should we actually already use like 5-4 probes to attack, get that zealot to attack there? Is it worth it? Is it not worth it? Have to check it. Would it be better just to use all these zealots just to kill that, and then get at least 1 probe there and scout what he's actually doing? It depends. So I think in situations like this, it's really good if you have someone you can say for, hey, can you please try to do that, and I want to see what's actually happening. I just went for, okay, I just want to keep calm. I get now 2 gates, had to adapt now, that's now the alternative plan. So I adapt now, I get 3 zealots, try to attack. I even get 5 zealots right now because, yeah, so it's fine. Even Oyachi sometimes goes for that 5 zealot style, but even when he goes for gas, so it's fine. So I feel like it's still fine. So it's not like, oh, you should only build 3 zealots and then you have to build goons, and every time you build a zealot it's bad. I don't think so. So sure, you can still check and whatsoever, but I feel like building a zealot is not really like, oh, I wasted so much money or something like that. So it should be fine. So I guess I need just now, yeah, maybe another pylon, and maybe I go now for, yeah, I go now for an expansion like that style what I told you before, this 5 zealots pressure into Nexi. Yeah, because he actually stole my gas. So what else can I build without gas? It's just pylons, Nexi, gateways, zealots, probes. Maybe we could go for a forge and get cannons. I think that's pretty much it what I can actually build in this situation. So why not going for this style, even though I don't like it that much, but it's pretty much it. He could have actually gone for mana pylon me here too, so I can't actually build something, so I'm in a pickle what I should do. But this is now his own fault, because he should have known that I have 2 gates, I should build at least 3 zealots. It would be a shame if I build 2 cannon gateways and don't do anything. And now it's just a move. Kill these cannons. Kill this now. Oh, I lost 2 zealots. Oh. Kill this now. He can't use his gateway here. And now I check what's inside here. Yeah. And now I should actually win, because he doesn't have anything. Sure, it could be like the other way around if he actually blocked that much better, maybe with a second cannon, something like that. But yeah, I feel like he could actually go for and actually check what he should do in situations like this. So maybe he could go for a proper wall-in, like in PvC. Maybe he could switch the gateway and the forge and get maybe 2 cannons here, something like that. But at the same time, his issue is still that my Nexi is nearly finished. But he went for a simulator already though. Yeah, so I feel like yeah, he has to check that situation too if he wants to do something like that. He has to improve a few things. For example, he has to deny that for sure, and he shouldn't die to 3 zealots. It was just 3 zealots attack. So there was no magic behind that. But I think that's like a good ending here, just to show you that that you have still opportunities to do something else, and it's good to know different build orders, or at least openings, in my opinion, because that can actually help quite a lot just to deal with different things. Like here, if I would have never gone for 2 gates, I would have never known how to play this and have to gamble, something like that. So the best thing is usually don't panic too much, stay calm, and then you can actually win usually quite often. I can show you now another example of what I mean about to stay calm, because I had it quite often that that I actually couldn't play that. That is the first one. That sometimes I don't play that that calmly. Sure, it's not that build order. It's now another build order. I think it's a 10 to 11 again. Yeah, the thing was, my opponent was random. In both games, actually, he was random, but he actually got Protoss, and I feel he was above 1900 MR or something like that. So, yeah. What I want to show is actually a few things about... yeah, because thingy. I want to show about why it's actually so important to to how good scouting can be, and to have some decision about it. So, and why it's actually important that you should sometimes hide stuff or it's delay something. What I mean is, for example, I go for that 10-11. So okay, the thing was why I actually walked over here and then over there was just his probe came from this direction. So it would be, and I feel like it would be really unlikely if he would have already gone from here to there to there. So that's one thing that actually helped me. Then I thought like, okay, there's a high chance that he actually went over here. That he's here actually, so maybe a last cut, or maybe there. If he went for like gate expand, he could have gone already here. But I feel like that I should remember the timings for that too. But it's okay. So we just suggested that he should be here or here, but not there. It's very likely. And if not, then he just went for a pylon scout or something like that. And he lost so much minerals, it's fine. And we know, okay, he's Proto, so we have actually our favorite build order, so it's fine. And now we see, oh, he goes for core already. So we know now, okay, he goes for a standard opening, nothing special. Now we have to check this one. Ah, shit, got already 2 hits. That's not really bad. And at the same time, we actually just went for this 10-11 gate, what we actually talked about, like 3 long videos about, and we can actually watch Quark quite often do that, so it's fine. The first initial zealots are coming. This one is a little bit occupied with that one, but it's okay. And now, let's see, it dies there. So, but the good thing is, we can actually walk inside here, occupy him, kill 1 probe. Now we rest this one here. So the thing is, funny. We see now the core spinning, but like we see here, it's actually just a fake. But what is actually really helpful is that when we harass this one here, he has to skip some. He gets less gas, and then it's really difficult for him to it's really difficult for him to get the T's very quickly. So we're in a good spot then. Yeah. So okay, now we still see 1 gate. So the thing is, we could actually go back with our zealot, because now it's really difficult to kill any other probe. Or we could just walk now. And now the funny part is we see now robotics. Even skip, cancel that one. Sure, there's still a possibility that he could actually cancel that, and he goes then for DTs. But I actually thought, difficult to say, because if you already got that robotics, it's quite likely that he still goes for that. And until he gets actually now that switch to go for DTs, he has to he needs more gas for that too. So it's really difficult to say what's actually happening right now. But for me, it's now why I actually get that choice to get that 3rd gate, like I mentioned, what we actually did like in the beginning until C rank, and this is now an opponent above 1900. What the fuck? Do I have so much APM? Pro gamer. Yeah. So the thing is, I actually went only for this. Oh, what the fuck? I only went for this because I saw the robotics. And I just thought there's a high chance that he's going for that. That he's really going for that and not doing something else. And it's not that I'm going for super all in, because I still produce probes. The interesting part was actually when I actually attacked with my zealots. It was okay, it was good, because he actually denied a lot of his mining time, but it was not super great, because if it would have been super great, he would have maybe only 20 probes or something like that. So, but I was still in an advantage because I didn't lose anything. I still could produce probes. I lost only those 3 zealots who actually did a lot of work, like scouting and killing a lot of things. So, and yeah, he actually lost some timing for the gas. And here now I actually saw, I have now 7 goons instead of the initial 6 what you usually have when you go only for 2 gates. I have at least 1 goon more. And now I saw, okay, there are only 2 zealots, only 3 goons. So now I thought, oh, I still hope that he doesn't go for DTs. It was a gamble, sure. Maybe I had time for building a forge too and just build some cannons or something like that. It's difficult. I actually lost quite often too, even if I went for robotics. That's sometimes really ridiculous. But yeah, so because it looked so well that I actually pushed him back here, I thought, okay, just being greedy a little bit too and get an exile. So get up there, didn't work completely like I wanted to. So now I actually saw, okay, he actually got the robotics and Reaver, so I should be fine. Yeah, kill the shuttle and so on. Noob, yeah. So yeah, to be honest, I didn't want to show, oh yeah, look, it's so easy. I mean more about that only worked because I saw that. And that's why I thought, okay, I want to go for that. Could be still a possibility that he skipped that and whatsoever. But oops. But like we see here, he went for skipping even goon range. Like really far behind into 2 goon, like in a 2-gate robotics thingy, and he wanted to, yeah, attack me with speed shuttle. But because of that scouting in the beginning, that actually helped me. So we can actually show the funny part. I actually played against him twice, but with another account actually. So, and that's why I want to show you actually why I feel like it's still really good just to not panic if something happens that you're not sure about. So we go again for the 10-11 because he was random again. This time we just got lucky, so there's nothing else to say. It was just lucky. Scout in the beginning, like, okay, nice, he's Protoss again, even that he's random. We're in a good position. Okay, he goes for the same thing again in the beginning, like the opening is the same. And now I go with my 3 initial zealots, 2 in the beginning, and the 3rd one later. So dun. I guess they're a pylon, maybe for maybe for ship battery or maybe robotics later. And now again, while we are getting this one and now goons, we try to harass, killing. Okay, didn't work that better. Okay, that's good. Okay, I think it was fine, but oops, unfortunately, we couldn't harass his gas, but at least he had now, even that he had an advantage of his probes, he has now a disadvantage of his probes. And that's now the funniest part. Because of this zealot, we saw again that he went for robotics. Okay, I didn't see the goon range, yeah, I didn't spin zone, so I thought, okay, it looks like he went for the same like before. And because that robotics was now like half completed, I thought, okay, this time he can't skip it neither because he's halfway through that. I would be really surprised if he goes now for the tease or something like that. So the funny part is I actually have 1 more probe right now. I get another 3rd gate. I get no more goons because he went for goons and he has only 1 gate. I have to be still a little bit cautious because funny, didn't he Lord, I think he didn't scout me. But if he would have scouted me, you see he has now 2 zealots, and if those 2 zealots and those 2 goons would have attacked me, there's a high chance that he could have killed me. That can happen too. So what I actually have to admit, what I sometimes do, so it depends, is getting a pylon here and sometimes even a shield battery here. So you have to be careful about that. So it's very close that you can actually die there. I think I actually got a supply block too, so that's why that got a little bit messed up. But it's okay. So could be worse. Okay, now we have that 5 goons. I think I actually... This time I actually cut a probe more or something like that, not sure, because now I have actually 8 goons before my goon range finishes. Yeah, now I have actually 8 goons, like 1 more like in the last game, and now I can actually go. Good thing is right now he saw only like 4 goons or something like that. It's like kind of common, it's not nothing like, oh, don't know. I actually even got more probes now than he has, and here's just the thing, I just check what he's doing. Because my free gate, what I do is not an all-in. It's just doing a lot of pressure and hope I can kill him. But it didn't work. I see him now. Oh, look. He has a Reaver. Okay. Sounds like that he wants to go for that. For the harassment style, whatsoever. So I actually went for, okay, get more goons. Just get more goons. And get now... an exile, because I could contain him here. So like that was my plan. I tried to contain him as much as I could, because he actually blocked himself with those pylons too, so it was really hard for him to go down. Even that he had some possibilities, I guess. But what? He's only 4 goons. Okay, then maybe not. So but that's what I mean. Like I went for eco and units, and I have already 11 goons, and he has only 4. Yeah, 4. He has 4 goons. Where are the 2 zealots? They are dead? Not sure. He has only 4 goons. And they are the zealots. And 1 reaver with a shuttle and 2 zealots. Usually, this unit composition, I feel like if they would be like on an open field, they just run over. And that's what I mean. It's like I didn't go for an all-in. I even went for like a little bit of eco and units just, but no tech, and I still could be in an advantage with my units. So that's why we can't underestimate if people just skip like the tech or something like that. It can be so strong. I think even Bonhoff has to go on the ramp just not to die against this if he went for like a 1 gate robotics or something like that. Something like this. So yeah, so that's the thing, because I knew he went for this shuttle, and I thought because of the last game he went for he wants to go for a speed shuttle style. I just built pylons over here, here and here, so I actually can see if he's coming here, and this one should build a pylon maybe over here just to see this, but we saw that. And it's kind of nice. We have already 3 goons here. So I'm a little bit out of position because I thought I'd build more goons there. But it's okay, because right now we can actually just watch what he's doing. The shuttle nearly dies. Yeah, it dies even dies. So no damage at all. Only 3 goons and scouting. 3 goons and scouting. I think I couldn't have done this if my probe wouldn't have been there. So now I actually a little bit in a pickle, because I had to go back. I think I could have even stayed there, but I feel like I should be now in a great position. I didn't lose any probes. He lost his shuttle, his reaver, his 2 zealots. I lost maybe 3 goons or something like that, so that's okay, but he actually wanted to kill me with that, so his plan got denied, so I'm in a huge advantage, and I would be now super surprised if he gets now like fast ATs or something like that. I would be super surprised if that works on 1 gas only. So and because he used so much money, I thought I'm not sure if he actually goes for hidden expansion or something like that, because of all that stuff that he used here. So I should be ahead right now, but, and that's what I was talking about, but right now I can't underestimate him. I can't underestimate him, because now I'm actually using my resources for this. I'm in a good position. I actually use my resources now for robotics. That's now what's doing like nothing right now. It's only helpful to get the support bay. But until I don't get a reaver or something like that, this money is like for nothing. If he uses this money here for more units, it's like 3 goons or something like that he could have. Funny part is I actually could contain him, and they actually look like a key. Okay, or like a hook. Yeah. So I still know. Okay, if he didn't really go for if he didn't really go for a hidden expansion or something like that, I should really worry about if he goes for another drop. And there it is. I think that one was now looking for different or like hidden expansions, something like that. That was lucky. Okay, true. But sometimes you need some luck. But on the other hand, it was quite clear that he has to go for something like that. So I want to go with that goon there anyway, so it's fine. So those goons now, it's not map hack or something like that, but I saw that this shuttle went here. So I thought, oh shit, maybe he wants to go here and shoot them down. That's why I actually moved those goons down there, and he just took a turn like this. He took that risk because he didn't know if there are units there, so he took that risk over here, and now there are 2 goons who can shoot there. So it's his fault again, I would say. He shoots. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Ooh, yeah, there it is. He killed now 4 probes, but I'm still ahead because I still have 2. I have still 2 next size, so I'm still in a good position. But I have still think about how many units does he have. Right now he has only 7, another reaver. So I'm still in a really good position. That's something what I have to admit. Even now, I still feel sometimes, oh shit, am I actually in that good position? I'm in a good position, but I don't want to lose now because I'm in a good position. And now I have to check if I don't die to something stupidly. And as you can see here, he actually invested in double shield battery for some kind of reason, but okay, if he wants to. So at least 200 minerals he doesn't use at all, so fine for me. Could have been like 2 zealots. Yeah, even that Robo is like in a really bad position. Could have been here and doing something, but yeah, it's his decision, doesn't matter. So now he goes now into DTs, and that's why I actually thought about, okay, now I can actually only die if he goes for some stupid DTs, something like that. And you can still use an observer. It's not like, oh, observers are bad. You can still use them for scouting and whatsoever, so they're still nice. And yeah, so I just knew, okay, I actually lost some mining time there. I lost like 4 probes, but it's okay. So I should be still ahead, but I still can't underestimate him, and I still can't say, hey, you know what, I just attack him now here. Because he's still 7 goons over there. He has even 2 shield batteries. I can't do that. I was hoping that he maybe flies over here a little bit and I can shoot it down. Didn't work, unexpected. This one actually walks in the shit. And he actually tried to harass me again, and it didn't work. So yeah, I just reacted correctly. What I could have done better would be getting another pylon over here, even maybe here, because this time I just know, okay, this guy flies around and tries to kill me, and it's his plan right now. He still doesn't have any kind of natural, and it still looks like he doesn't have any kind of other Nexi. So I just go here, build a pylon there. I just built that pylon there because I wasn't sure if he wants to go for a Nexi or something like that. And on the other hand, if he tries to fly around, and it's okay. And until he actually kills that pylon, that means he has to get out of that containment and so on and so on and so on. So it's fine. So it's a good position for me, and I don't want to take this base anyways. That's fine. So he tries to kill me again. Here we go. Yeah, bam. So yeah. So I feel like, okay, again I killed so many units. I have lost a lot of mining time, but probes have to survive, and he is still on one base. So I'm not sure if it's actually still necessary to build more probes, but it's okay-ish, I guess. Maybe I could get a second gas already. Maybe that was there it is now. Maybe earlier, I don't know. Yeah, there again. So do I have observer? There's observer. Okay. Yeah, this time he tries to go again for. Nice. Okay, he actually lost it here. Yeah. So. Yeah, that's true. I just cheat all the time. That's why I win. Yeah. Where's this stupid? Here it is. I was looking for funny. So yeah, that's what I meant. Here he actually just surprised me a little bit. I thought like, oh shit, these zealots just surrounded my goons and so on. And I knew, okay, these goons will die. And that's why I thought, okay, the only thing that I can do now is try to focus fire those goons. That would be the best part. If I focus fire those goons, then at least I get some value of it, because he doesn't have that many goons that it's like just shooting all them down. But those cells are just heavy. And as you can see here, boom, another goon, fine. And now I saw, okay, he had built that. He actually had to kill those pylons. He goes now for even more zealots. And like I mentioned before, I still can't just say, did I kill it? Could be. I still can't say I should be so far ahead. I just kill him. Sure, if he'll like super good or something like that, then someone else could just kill him. But right now, you see, we can watch. He has so many zealots right now. There are at least now 9, 10, 12, 13. So there are 13 zealots, but he doesn't have any goons. So if we have those goons, that Reaver, I think even the second Reaver here, this goes down there. Okay, that doesn't matter anymore. So we are still in a good position. We could still lose some units, but I knew I should be in a good position, at least if I'm playing still defensive and I don't waste all my units. And then I thought, okay, what could I actually do? Because he has only one base. Even if he gets now some TTs or even High Templars, it can't be that much. Where are his bases right now? He has only one base, so it means like he goes for one base Mars thingy style, I don't know. So he can't have that much that I say, oh, he will overrun me with Mars goons, sellers, storms, and whatsoever. So I can actually just go and say, hey, I just get I get even some slow zealots, because he has a lot of zealots, just to defend against them. Okay, that's funny actually, because he. Oh, no, that was actually good. He actually killed a lot of my probes there. I thought he only killed 4 or so, but he actually killed more than that. But I feel like that's still too late right now. Sure, it could have been much worse if he would have killed like all of the probes. Then it would be like, oh shit. And that's what I mean. Like, if he would have killed now all of my probes there, then maybe we could be in an equal position again. Even that he lost so many shuttles in the beginning and I didn't lose anything, I just had to defend all the time. Something like that can happen so fast, and I feel like because I lost these 8 goons here, that actually went to the situation that he could actually come back. So just don't underestimate the opponent, even if you had such a bad start. There's still potential that they can win. Like I mentioned, if the pylon would be here and here, I could have seen that. So, but now I thought, you know what? I have some zealots, 7, that's a good amount of zealots, I have at least 12 goons, even more. I have 2 reavers. I feel like that should be actually enough just to destroy him, because he was still on only one base. So, and now I feel like now it should be a good position like a good timing to kill him. And here that's nice. We have to. That's what I love to see. We kill now at least 7 or 8 zealots with these nice scarabs here. Like, really nice. And now we can just now we can just overrun him. But you see, even look at the supply difference. He went for a few storms there. That's what I think is like a little bit confusing, but it's okay. It could be still a little bit close, so I would still assume you should still play calmly at some situations that you're not sure about it. And usually when you play calmly, there's a high chance that you can still win. So yeah, that's sure. Unfortunately I'm not a master of something like that. Very often I just think I want to kill them, and then later it's like, fuck, now I lost. Maybe I should have gone back, maybe get another nexus, maybe try to storm drop or something like that. Yeah, but that's something I would like to recommend, just to say, hey, like here in this game, it was really really heavy about defending all the time and not to die to this stupid flying shuttle here with the Reaver. But because I knew he had only one base, I should be in a really good position, and I didn't lose that many probes, so it should be fine. But you see, like even now I had some potential that I say, oh, we could actually improve that, just like the pylon positioning already, something like that. And even about when is it really good just to go back with your units. I feel like if those 8 goons just would have gone back earlier, then this game would have been a little bit shorter, just because of that. Okay, I hope that actually helped. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, oh, it was actually longer than I expected. And yeah, so I hope you can actually learn from that. And if you have questions, just ask me. I feel like if I have time, that there are 2 things that I want to check. Like the first thing that I want to check is how to get to C with Terran or Zerg, because I'm still around D rank or E rank with those 2 races. I'm really bad with them. And the other part would be how to, yeah, like some recommendations how to alternate your plan if something happens. So yeah, I hope that actually helped. As you can see, you can still go for different openings in PvP. I hope that could actually help you. And yeah, thank you for tuning in. And if you have some other recommendations that you want to see, or maybe some replay analysis that I can actually go for and put it on YouTube, whatever that we can go for, would be fine. And yeah, so thank you, and see you next time. Bye.